I'll be assessing and analyzing the markets for today's London and your New York session. Basically, you can use this video for the entire day. I'll be walking you through the fundamental analysis, the news side, what you can expect today, and what is my view on the fundamental side. And of course, you have your technical analysis. I'll be using the charts and telling you these are the most high probability zones that you probably should enter from. All right, that being said, hey, I'm Vishal, I'm 23 years old and I am chasing my first payout. So this is my daily consistency thing. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next part. So we'll start off with the fundamental analysis, and you can see that we have no major news today, right? Today being Monday and May 18th, we have no major news, and today we can have a CAD bank holiday, right? So what that means is lesser liquidity, and just trading today can be easily skipped. But since it is a very clean day, that is the only reason I'm still in the markets. Usually when you have a bank holiday and maybe even like 2 to 3 other newses, I usually just skip the day. But today I don't really mind trading because even if there's a bank holiday, there's no other major newses. So that means that it relatively should be a very cleaner day, right? With that being said, you can easily see that the spreads are going to be a little bit higher. So you'll have to calculate for the extra spread usage as well today. Let's get into the charts, right? All right, so these are the pairs that I personally will be analyzing today. And I use a few pairs only for SMT divergence that you will see. We will start off with gold. All right, so gold's analysis is pretty simple. Let's just get into the 4 hours. Gold analysis is pretty simple. Just look at the structure, right? So you have a change right here, and we have so from this change, what we saw is price came back into so price came back into the equilibrium region, right? So the OTE region, and from there we have seen a huge sell-off, right? Again, price hasn't exactly closed below yet, but what I am seeing in this chart is very simple. Since price impulsively came down, you can see a lot of imbalances here, right? So price will try to fill out all of these imbalances, tap into another brilliant zone to give us that proper BOS, right? So this is what I am predicting for gold, and it's actually pretty simple. As you can see that price last week took out previous month's low, and then we got the huge push up into the last week's OTE region, right, for this entire swing. And today we can see the push off again. Prices sweep previous week's low, previous day's low, and then you can see the small push up. So in the bigger picture, this is what I expect price to do, but coming down into the smaller picture, right? So on your 15 minutes, what we can see is we actually have a body closure, right? We actually have a body closure. So I've taken this a pretty good 15-minute zone. This is an extreme order block, right? We have beautiful liquidity right here, and price has already taken out Asia highs. So we can expect a good push down into this region, right? There's this Fab Valley gap right here, sitting right here. So this is a smaller time picture thing that I am targeting for. But in the bigger picture, like I've already told you before this, we have huge imbalances here. Price will try to mitigate these and then only fall off. All right, let's get into GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, again, pretty simple. Let me make it very clear. So you can see we got a BOS, now we got a change right here, right? So all that means is price will have to come up before going back down. So we're already down a Fibonacci. We have OTE resting right here. We have your 4-hour zone. We have huge impulse selling. So price will again try to mitigate all of this before falling off. So this is your 4-hour structure, right? So this is your 4-hour structure. That is what we can see. But on the 1 hour, what we can see is, on the 1 hour, we can see right here, right? So this swing right here. So prices swept some sort of liquidity and then gave us a huge selling pressure, right? So once that, usually this stuff happens, you just target these pockets of places, right? So we have a pretty good 1 hour order block. 1 hour order block means using the 1 hour analysis, I have taken a 15-minute order block. I will show it to you on the 15. Yeah, so on the 15, you can see that using price has swept this and then gave us a huge push down, so we can expect this and then we can see a sell-off. This is what I'm seeing, right? So right now we can see the structure is kind of ranging, and so this is still your 1 hour zone, so I will be using 1 hour characteristically to see the change before entering for your sells from this region. But anyways, on the 15 also we can see another structure, right? So this is your clean 15-minute movement. We can see a clean swing. We can probably even see 2 through 3 more swings in this itself, but the swings are too small in this region, so I'm like neglecting it. But this swing is a very clean swing break, right? So I've drawn a Fibonacci for this entire swing, and we can see that we have a 15-minute order block. It is mitigated. You can see right here, it is mitigated, right? It is mitigated, but again, it is a pretty clean order block, which falls perfectly in OTE. That is what is the most important part. If I wanted to take, I can even take this order block right here, but it would be an extreme order block. So if this 15 minutes fails, then I think I would target this extreme order block. But if this fails, then you know that price has shifted bullish on your 15. Maybe we can look for buys later on in the day, right? So this is your GBPUSD plan. Coming on to EURUSD. EURUSD, very similar structure, right? Let me get into the 4 hours. GBPUSD very similar to EURUSD is very similar to GBPUSD. You guys know that. So price has given us the change right here. Just taking a Fibonacci, you can see we have a perfect inducement as well for this level 4 hour zone. So over the coming week, this is the movement that we can see. And now coming on to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, similar, very similar to GBPUSD. What we can see is that price has swept. On the 15 you will be able to see, but price has swept this high before putting in the low. So again, I'm looking for this, and again, this is a 15-minute zone, but since this is a 1 hour analysis, I'm going to consider this zone as your 1 hour, so that it makes it more clear for me when I trade in the lower time frames, right? I don't go with a very smaller time frame confirmation, rather I would wait for it. So now what we can see right here is that, so this is the 15-minute 1 hour analysis that I've taken, right? And you can see we have beautiful inducement in this level right here. So we will wait for that zone. But something to notice on your EURUSD is that we have got a shift. So this is your clean 15-minute structure. We have got a change of character, and that is exactly why I've taken this 15-minute zone, doing my analysis. Let's see if we can actually get a change. Did we get a change in here? On the 1 minute. So we have tapped the zone. All right, we have tapped my zone, but it has not triggered my alert. You can see that my alert is set right here. It has not triggered my alert. We have an inverse. And price has taken out breaker as well. It has yet to be closed, but price has taken out a break. Okay, yeah, okay. So the candle has closed. Price has taken out our breaker. But the MSS shift is right here. It's pretty far actually. I think this is a trade I would skip, because usually I'm looking for an inverse fair value gap, breaker, and then of course a market structure shift. So but the market structure shift is all the way up there, and I don't know if I want to take a trade from this region, putting myself right here, because that makes the trade very low RR, right? You can see that my entry would be somewhere around this region here. By the time it breaks this swing itself, I will only get like a 1:1.75 maybe, around that region. It's not good enough for me. So we'll wait for a deeper retracement. If price gives us a deeper retracement and then gives us a MSS shift, then I think we can go for some longs, try to take out this area. Let's see if that happens. This is a live setup that I've given right here. Anyways, coming on to NZDUSD. So those are the only pairs that I technically trade on the lower time frames. Every other pairs I usually trade only higher time frames. And NZDUSD, we could see that price has given us a break of structure, right? So this is an extreme order block, given that this is a 2 swing as well. So this is something that I am targeting. Price took out this beautiful inducement. Price took out previous week's low and previous day's low around the same 4 hours order block as well. So what I'm expecting for price to do is, now that price has swept this area and also it is still in the extreme 4 hours order block, I'm expecting for price to give me a shift on the 15 minutes before I enter and then target some longs. All right, this is my plan. But if price does not give me the change in your 15 minutes, Then if price literally breaks this, then I would wait for all of these imbalances to get filled up and enter from this somewhere around this region for a sell. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple plan. Coming on to AUDUSD. AUDUSD and NZDUSD are very correlating pairs, and again, this order block right here is an mitigated order block. That is exactly why I actually didn't consider this, because both are the same structure. So I might as well go with your NZD, because price looks more cleaner in your NZD than your AUDUSD, right? So now let's come into USDJPY and see is this is your final BOS, right? And price has given us a change right here. So after the change, price now has not really given us another shift. So we are still going off with the same swing. Price is in OTE right now. That is something to notice. Price is in OTE, but we only have fair value gaps. So there's a pretty good chance price will come up a little bit higher, tap into this 4 hours order block before moving back down. Let me show you a close up of the 4 hour order block. This is an inside candle order block, right? So you can see price is, this area is completely inside this order block. So this is a pretty good 4 hour region for where we can see a shift, and the shift is going to be very good. You can see these beautiful movements. Like price is literally, there's literally nothing to grab. That is exactly why prices always grab liquidity before pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. So there's huge liquidity, pools of liquidity, the clean trend line. So this setup will be pretty good if we can get a shift on your 15 minutes, and then we move on to that. Coming on to your USDCAD. So USDCAD on the daily, what we can see is price has given us a change of character for your upside, and that is exactly why price has literally reacted off of OTE on your higher time frames. So right now we are basically planning for another structured break, right? So till this high we can target buys for. So on the 4 hours, what we can see is that price on the 4 hours has actually given us a change of character. So on the 4 hours, once price gives us that change of character, we can probably expect a move somewhere here before going back up. And actually, I just noticed, so price has actually given us another break of structure right here on your 4 hours. Let me show it to you even more clearly, right? Yeah. So after the change, price has given us a break of structure on your 4 hours as well. So I've taken a Fibonacci. You can see price OTE region as well. We have two beautiful zones. I will show it to you. Since there are no clean places in the 4 hours, I've taken a 1 hour and set it on the 4 hours calculation, because like, again, it is your 4 hours analysis, but the zones are in your 1 hour. So I want to do a change in your 15 before I take some buys. So you can see one order block is right here. It's a perfect, nice, good order block, but this order block is even better. This order block is even better. As you can see that this order block aligns with OTE and also beautiful inducement before going back up. So this one is the most probable, like the most probable one, but even if this one doesn't work, then I think you can enter off of this one. So these are the plan for USDCAD. Coming on to my final pair, which is EURAUD. And EURAUD, what we can see is pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. Let me delete this quickly. So EURAUD, pretty simple. Like, we are on a huge downtrend. We have got no change of character whatsoever on your daily. On the 4 hours, what you can see, this is one of the most cleanest trends ever. You can see BOS is so clear that the liquidity is just right here, right? So price has to grab all of this before probably giving us an entry from somewhere around this region. So notice that. And also on the 4 hours, we have got a clean change. Finally, we have got a change. What that means is price is probably going to retrace before going back up, and that is why I've drawn a Fibonacci already. We have a 4 hours order block that aligns with a huge fair value gap to be filled and aligns with OTE as well. So we are going to see this good move anyways. On the 1 hour as well, on the 1 hour analysis as well, you can see that price has given us a another swing, right? So for this swing, for this small swing right here, we have a 1 hour order block. So we can probably target this before coming here, before going back up. And that is pretty much it for today's daily analysis. And let's see, GBPUSD has apparently been triggered, and it is a 15-minute order block. So let me go into the 1 minute. Let me see if I can see a change on your one. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll wait for this candle to be closed, and we have a breaker right here. If this candle stays where it is, we have an fair value gap, so it can be inverse. So I'm looking for price to fill, and we have an MSS shift right here. You can consider this as your MSS as well. So again, if this fair value gap remains as it is and we see a huge push down like this, then I would enter from the breaker somewhere around here and then go for some sells. This is my target for today. Easy live. I'm giving the trade in my live itself. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys stayed up till here, do let me know in the comment section below. I would like to see how much people made it this far in the video. Do like and subscribe, helps to push out to many other traders and help me grow, and spread the message, spread the good stuff. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next part.